Alright guys, welcome back to the final game of the best of 3 series between Denmark and Ukraine. We just had a ridiculous, very creative strategy come out of Ukraine in game number 2 of the best of 3 series after Denmark won the first one pretty dominantly. You have to say Ukraine won the second one just as dominantly, rolling over Denmark with a very, very creative lineup with Wisp and Pudge and Silencer and all sorts of wicked shit together with Shadow Demon. And finally a Clockwork. So a nice strategy come out of Ukraine, and they're going to immediately ban the Wisp this time themselves, seeing that Denmark has the first pick, so they know this is the hero they don't want to give away. They loved having it themselves, but no thanks. No Denmark Wisp this time. So, yep, I am Sindren shoutcasting for MYM TV. Welcome to game number 3. Denmark is going to be Sentinel this time around, as Ukraine are going to be Scourge. And the bands are already going, as I should put on my music again. And of course, it is lovely to see how many viewers we've actually got for this match. It's absolutely great to see that we're more than 5,000 people watching. So thanks everybody for tuning in. And of course, we're here to bring the action for you. So make sure you tell your friends to tune in, etc. We're all about the broadcasting business here. So yeah. The more people that watch, the more happy we are, of course, because we're here for you guys. This is a service we provide for you, for your entertainment. So it's great to see that there's so many guys who actually are entertained from this. Especially, I would like to give a shout out to the Russian community, proto.ru. I've got a lot of praise from you guys, from the Russians who love the stream. So thank you very, very much. It means a lot to me that you guys are pleased with the stream when I know what kind of Russian streamer I'm up against in Vilat. So thank you very much for that. Back to the game though, we've got Denmark getting rid of Invoker, Shadow Demon as well as Lich, and should mention as well that Denmark have replaced a player. I'll get right back to that, as Ukraine have got rid of Wisp, Phoenix as well as Pugna, and the first pick for Denmark is going to be the Nerubian Weaver, followed by Ancient Apparition coming out for Ukraine. Anyway, for the final game of Denmark against Ukraine, Captain Milk has returned to guide the Danish forces to victory, as he has replaced Pusher, I think it is. Yes, he has replaced Pusher. So now the Danish squad is going to be Milk, Miggle, Playmate, Rise, and Mania. And for the Scourge side, we're still going to have the full Navi squad. We're going to have Artstyle, Ahura, Khvost, Goblin, and Dendi. So full Navi squad for the third game in a row, and yep, they're definitely bringing the Navi style. That last game was a huge pleasure for me to watch and cast, and I know you guys enjoyed it as well, so let's hope we're going to get something along those lines again. And by the looks of it, Navi really want to bring this into an active game once more, it looks like, getting Ancient Apparition as well as Clockwork Goblin, two very aggressive early mid-game heroes with the global ultimate, the global rocket, as well as the long-range hookshot to set up for gangs, fights, and all sorts of good stuff, and candy in the cart. While Milk is gonna get something together with his Nerubian Weaver, could settle for a Miner's Armor strategy like they did in the 72 version earlier today. Of course, that is not exactly the same, but this time Denmark mean business. They're going to get Spectre as well as CM, not giving Spectre away to the Navi squad, which is a clever, very clever decision here. Spectre together with those heroes on the Ukraine side would be devastating. All the global abilities together with Haunt is just gonna clear the whole map. Actually, it's like a Chuck Norris spell of doom when you have so many global heroes kicking ass. So Milk wisely picking that Spectre, getting the CM as well, and the response from the Ukrainian team is going to be the Thrall coming out of Artstyle here. So we get to see the Thrall, the Farseer, playing as well this time around. So that's good to see. That's very entertaining. One of the heroes we see a few times, of course, because he's only available in the unbanned mode, and Ukraine are going to exploit that by picking that one up. So that is just great. Denmark, next on the bans. Milk has the 4th ban to come up here, and then it's Artstyle's turn afterwards. We're going to have 2 bans from each side until we get the 2 final picks. Milk should probably try to get rid of... Yeah, what should he actually get rid of here? Looks like what Navi Artstyle's actually got his hands on right here is 3 capable solos. Clockwork Goblin, Thrall, as well as AA are all 3 good solos, and the question is how Artstyle plans to lane this, and it's actually hard for me to predict. So Milk must have some trouble here as well, realizing what exactly Artstyle wants to get, where he wants to get at with these picks. Milk wisely, though, in my opinion, decides to ban the Enchantress, banning the wooding hero that Navi are best with, and getting rid of that Enchantress. The option was actually that Navi could pull off something very experimental here by playing 3 solos and doing 2 wooding heroes. And Milk is getting rid of the Enchantress, and Artstyle gets rid of Enigma, so that kind of signals that that might not be what Artstyle is looking for after all. We'll probably try to pull off something else, and we'll see what that's going to be. Milk has another ban. And what's it going to be? Oh, by the way, guys, I'm just going to check with the chat right now. I got a few complaints that there was quite a bit of lag during the last games. I still believe that it is an issue with the On3D TV server. I hope it's not unwatchable for you guys and that it's too terrible. I think I'm doing what I can to hold the quality on a reasonable level while still not making it too terrible for you guys to watch. So, yeah, rest assured that this is not how the stream is always, and I haven't changed anything, so it must be a server issue, as everything else around here seems to be working just fine. So just give On3D TV some time and enjoy whatever game we can get from this, and yep, thank you very much for your patience, understanding, and sexy personalities. As we've got rid of Potom from Navi Artstyle, so Ukraine don't want to play against that once more, and Milk, the obligatory ban against Navi, the Night Stalker, is going to get removed here from Milk. So no Artstyle, you're not going to get your Night Stalker. And Artstyle is just probably bursting out in tears. Why can I never get my Night Stalker? Well, the answer is simple, Artstyle. You simply got to get worse at it. If you're worse at the Night Stalker, so it's not such a big threat, we might start giving it away to you. But at the current stage, no. No Artstyle. No Artstyle. Night Styler. No Night Styler, as Milk has picked up Puck though, and that is a pretty good pick for the Danish boys, getting that Puck to set up the team fight. Need that engage, catching them all in the Dream Coil, setting up for a Haunt, for Crystal Nova, as well as for the Swarm to reach a lot of targets and deal a lot of damage. So a nice strategy coming out of Milk here. I totally agree with this Puck pick. And at the same time on the Navi side, Artstyle is now giving away the strategy he actually plans by picking up Necrolite, and the thing is, he gives away his strategy, but I still don't get it. So we'll see if it makes sense after his 5th pick. Milk seemed to give more intuitive sense to me, at least, and he's going to pick up a 3rd hero to lane with that Nerubian Weaver. Sorry, not the Nerubian Weaver, of course, with the Spectre. Could get something along the lines of a Venomancer, Earthshaker, Witch Doctor. You name it, a lot of options are open. Of course, Pusher isn't playing, so all the supports that Pusher usually plays will have to be in the hands of another player. And that could give Milk second thoughts about what to pick this time around. Could actually choose to go for a wood hero like Chen. Might be a very good choice here, to give Spectre the dual lane and the Chen safety network around him down there. Also for the potential of pushing for the AoE heal, and a lot of good stuff. But of course, as always, with Chen against AA, you need to be careful. Hand of God does nothing while your team is under the effects of Shatter, which blocks all healing. I often get questions from people asking which song this one is. There's a lot of people who want to listen to that once more. And this song is Apocalyptica Path. I'll write it on the screen right now so you guys can go browse it for yourselves. I bet there's somebody wondering. Apocalyptica are a band playing a lot of electric cellos. I think I've already talked about that in another cast, but all of you guys might not follow them, of course. Electric cellos, they don't really use guitars even though it sounds like it, but electric cellos and some drums, and that's it, and it's absolutely magnificent. Final pick from Milk was the Earthshaker coming up here, so one of the heroes I called he could pick was indeed the target of choice. Has a very nice team fight setup now, I have to say, with that Puck, Shaker, as well as Spectre. That's going to deal a lot of damage, especially when you throw the Swarm across it. And it is Artstyle who's going to pick up the Chen, so, well, if you look at this right now, what we've got, the battle we've got going here, is going to be Denmark's, actually it's going to be Ukraine's race against time. They're not going to win this late game. No matter how fat that Necrolite is, they're not going to win late game. They've got a lot of healing, but as always with Necrolite, he can be countered by Orchid, he can be countered by Ginzu, because all his damage is dependent on actually being able to free cast spells. And you can lock him down pretty nicely with that. He's not going to get BKB most likely, as that's going to be a very expensive item for him to get, and he needs the mana to be able to cast spells. So a BKB would be a luxury item at the last of his chain, probably. But we'll see what Artstyle comes up with for that Necrolite. On the other hand, Denmark, very, very much carry potential. Spectre as well as Weaver, two very powerful mid-late gamers. And you couple that up with the team fight of Puck and Shaker, and then you've got the recipe for whoop-ass. So the Ukrainians really need to push this one through with their Chen. The Necrolite heals, very powerful. They've got Clockwork for engaging. Then they've got AA Ultimate blocking all the healing and dealing a nice amount of damage. And then you couple that up with Thrall. So the challenge for Ukraine here is definitely making their lineup work. And if they play this lineup very well, they could end this game at about 25 minutes. But at the same time, Denmark has a pretty good lineup for actually defending their base with Shaker, Puck, as well as Weaver. It's going to be hard for the Ukrainians to get in, but the chance is definitely there. I'd say from a perspective of winning, I'd give Denmark a high percentage of winning this simply because they have a strategy they're more used to. It's been proved to be very strong, and the margin for errors is larger. Denmark can make more mistakes and still win the game than Ukraine can. If Ukraine makes some big mistakes, this game is a goner. So Na'Vi are forced to show that they're one of the best European teams right now, at least the top 3 one, by playing their A game here to bring down the Danish squad. But should they do so, then Ukraine are going to proceed to the losers bracket finals, in which they will meet either USA or Croatia. A game that will take place on the 13th of May, and will of course be shoutcasted by myself. And then we're going to have, after the USA-Croatia game, we're going to have the USA versus, the losers bracket game, losers bracket final after that, and then we're going to have the grand final at another time. So there's a lot of good stuff coming up for you guys. The exact schedule, I can't remember it by heart, but I know that the games you want to watch are going to be on the 13th and 14th of May. So remember those dates in your calendars, and make sure you don't miss the action. Alright, looks like we're going to have a run through of who plays what. We've got Milk on Crystal Maiden, so there is the lack of pusher. We've got Shaker played by Mania. If you are surprised, please jump out the nearest window. We've got Miggle playing Puck. Rise will be playing Spectre, so there's a little surprise for me, and Playmate is going to be taking care of the Weaver. I actually thought they would swap those two around, so Playmate got to play the Specky, but Rise gets to show his worth on this one, and it's going to be interesting to follow, as Playmate is such an established Spectre player that I'm surprised they don't give it to him, but yeah, we'll see how this one works out. On the Ukrainian side, up top we've got Khvost playing the Necrolite. We've got Artstyle Chan. Ahura will actually be playing the Ancient Apparition in mid, so that's going to be interesting to watch. As we've got Clockwork played by Dendy. And where's the final hero? There is Thrall by Goblin. So, interesting setup. And as I said, it's hard for me to really predict how the Ukrainians want to play this one. By the looks of it, they're going to send a dual lane up top consisting of Necrolite and AA, while Chen is going to be foresting, and then they're going to try to push through with that against the Puck. So that's going to be interesting to see how that one works out. Mania and Milk already on the hunt. They find Artstyle out here, and they're going to try to put pressure on him, but that is not really successful, as Artstyle pretty much just steps back and is like, lol, what the fuck, Denmark. And that's going to be it from Denmark right now. That was not really a successful smoke gank. Delayed him a little bit, but would have probably liked to harass him or perhaps even kill him there, but that did not come off well. In mid, we're going to have Spectre against Thrall for starters. That's not a lane he wants to play, and he needs support right now, or that farm on Spectre will never become real. Goblin is being a little nice to Rise here by not last hitting all the creeps, so Rise gets to have a little bit of a farm. Thank you very much, Goblin, says Rise, and takes a couple quick kills here. And he is actually not getting any help. They're going to send Shaker as well as CM to top lane to try to get a kill on Necrolite. And they have already been spotted. There's the Fisher from Milk. CM is going to come in for the Nova there, and the Puck is there as well. But the damage output, I don't think it's high enough. I don't think they can make it, or can they? There's the AWP from Puck, and Miggle is going to jump in, and he is going to get the first blood, but it's probably going to cost him his life as the phase shift, or is it phase shift? Can he get a flask off? What a play from Miggle! He's going to jump into the woods there for the side, get a little bit of escape there, gets the AWP over the top, and what a play from Denmark, getting 2 kills there and getting away with murder. Miggle, what a play with Puck. Just shows that he is one of the most routine players with this hero that we have got the pleasure of having in Denmark, actually, and not only in Europe. As Artstar comes in and it's like, gets a rebuttal kill on Milk here with with that Ursa and Test of Faith, so just on the edge. Milk gets a rebuttal kill there, and it's not, sorry, Artstar gets a rebuttal kill there, and it's not all in vain for the Ukrainians. They did get a kill there, but so far so good for Denmark in the starters of this game. Question is if Spectre is actually doing alright in mid, and it seems like Rise is actually getting his farm on. He's got 600 gold at 2.5 minutes, which isn't half bad playing against a ranged hero. And he does have a Quelling Blade, so that should help him a lot in his last hitting. But when you have a Quelling Blade, he doesn't have a Stout Shield, and that means that that Goblin should be able to put a lot of pressure on him. Also get a lot of questions about this song that's playing right now, so if you're wondering what that is Nightwish Ghost Love Score Live Edition. And yeah, I'm going to type that one on the screen as well for you guys. Absolutely fantastic song as well. You should check it out if you haven't really heard it before. It's a very long song as well, as you might have noticed during the cast, but it's a long song of long epic proportions, so I enjoy it. Anyway, Rise in mid is going to pick up his Ring of Health in just a moment, so we're going to go away from that lane, as that's pretty obvious. Up top, Puck got his bottle after that important start that Miguel pulled off there with a quite remarkable play, and he's going to try to pull this creep wave. Not really sure what he was intending to do there. That didn't make much sense to me, but at least pulling the creep wave. Spectre's still farming mid, as I've already said. And then down on bottom, it's going to be interesting to see how much space Weave actually gets. Playing against that Clockwork, he should have a pretty good lane for himself down there, Playmate. He's probably going to be able to actually pressure the Clockwork quite a lot and just free farm. Dendy has chosen to go for a Soul Ring down here to be sure he's able to spam rockets all the time. Probably a pretty wise decision, considering his opponent down here is going to be putting a lot of pressure on him, and Dendy will certainly need to be able to cast spells all the time, as Rise gets a much important kill in mid on Goblin. CM Shaker showed up there at the right time, Milk and Mania, and that gold goes right down Rise's pocket and joins him together with his Ring of Health. So he's looking pretty good right now with that Vanguard in the near future. Ukraine, however, looking very good up top, as they're going to get a tower on 4.5 minutes, and they're probably going to push it further. They've got Chen and Necrolite up here, two very powerful pushers, and now Mania. I'm not sure Mania wants to be in that position he is in right now. Drops a beautiful Fissure, but it comes at a cost of perhaps actually his life, unless, alright, Melk is able to pull off a Frost over there, so I don't think they're going to catch up unless this Ice Vortex is enough. They did get a kill down on bottom, and now the aura from Necrolite is slowly taking down Mania, but he's 2 HP and he's going to survive. Say bye-bye to Melk though, but Mania's just going to be like, see ya, and be happy that he got away with 2 HP there, while, as said, Playmate got a kill down on bottom on Dendy, and that's going to put him in a very good position down here. But what a chase coming out of Ukraine, and so close to getting Mania, but they did just not get him on the range of that aura. Miguel is getting a lot of important experience on his Puck up here as well. He's going to be level 5 now, and 5.5 actually, so not too far until he has his ultimate. We'll probably use that to make a lot of actions around the map, as both Shaker and Maiden will need to recover and get levels, and that is where Puck comes into play. With level 6/7, he can really move around the map and make action, and give space for Maiden Shaker to get their levels and make a comeback in that game. Rise still farming the middle up. Looks like Thrall really respects him in the middle, knowing that there could be somebody around him all the time. And I'll let Spectre have a lot of space. Actually, Spectre has level 6 already, so the Haunt is up on him. And Rise might actually choose to pull that off for a kill together with Puck at some point. I'm expecting to see that coming off up top on Necrolite, perhaps in the near future. Might also be the other way around, as Puck is actually showing up near the middle. Not really sure how they're going to pull this off. Alright, they're going to use a Smoke of Deceit on Mania here. So the Shaker and Puck are invisible, and they're going to go in for Ahura as well as Goblin. But it looks like they know that something is cooking. And Goblin now is going to be blocked off by Mania. Perfect Fissure from Mania. And say bye-bye to Goblin. The question is how much it's going to cost the MYM Danes. And nothing is going to... It's not going to cost them anything. Wow, that looks pretty crazy on that Shaker. Holy shit. He was like an electrocuted cow. There you go. There's your barbecue for the night. As Rise did he get the kill there? I think he actually did. No, he got the assist on that one, so not another kill for him, but still sitting on 26 CS. Playmate's sitting on 35 down on bottom, so he's farming very, very well. And in comparison, we've got 26 on Necrolite up top, and both Dendy and Goblin only sitting on 15 on their respective lanes. So Danish guys really leading on farm, and now they're going to get a kill on Dendy. Playmate as well as Milk, and even a Haunt on top of him was there. So no escape from Dendy. Good show up from Milk on that gang, and that's going to give Playmate some good space. And yes, of course, I will be saving this time around because, apologies go out from Orange, by the way, for saving in the previous games. I got a query from somebody on IRC saying, please tell Orange that that he shouldn't save as a Walk TV streamer because it's pretty annoying that the stream crashes. So his apologies to you guys. I'm expecting him to write a very humble apology in the Observer chat very soon, saying that he's sincerely sorry and it will not happen again. And of course that means I will be saving for you guys, and Orange will just help in calling the saves while streaming Walk TV. Playmate farming up a lot on bottom. As said, he's got 800 gold on top of that Ring of Health. In middle, we see a little bit of aggressiveness coming out of Goblin, and not too much excuse coming out of Orange there. Well, would have expected some Orange. Say sorry! As Rise is farming the middle here, close to his tower. CM and Shaker are standing there as supports for him, while the Puck up top is farming quite nicely against this Necrolite. It looks like he's got Bottle and Boots and 300 gold. Necrolite sitting on Treads, as well as a Bassy Ring. Shaker is going to go into the forest here. Wow, what did I just say there? The Ancient Apparition is going to retreat from there. The Haste Rune did run out, and he did not want to stay there, so took his leave. And at the same time, wow, the Vanguard is actually finished on plane. He's got Vanguard and Boots down here. That's not going to thrill Dendy to see that. That means he simply can't kill him anymore by any way, by any means. Urn is up on Thrall, important item for him to get for that extra damage source. Ancient Apparition is just sticking around the middle lane to get that level 6, to get that important AA ultimate, of course, which is which we know all too well. Chen got level 6 as well, so a lot of global abilities actually up for the Ukrainians as well soon enough. Chen ultimate is up, soon AA ulti, and Clockwork Rockets, of course, so a lot of global from both sides actually will be interesting to watch. Spectre is the only real global for the Sentinel side, but still, long-range abilities of Shaker and Puck can count as semi-global, let's put it that way, and make a lot of action that the other guys don't see coming. Looks like Orange was just AFK, and it looks like I was just typing while Milk was getting killed in the middle by Thrall as well as AA. And AA is going to be up to level 6 now, and and Orange is preparing his sincere apologies. And he was tapping at it, that's perfectly alright. Alright, we've got an engage up top as well by Shaker as well as Puck here. Going for that Necrolite of Chvost, but Chvost is staying alive, and now Mania could be in trouble. AA ulti is going to fluke though, and Necrolite ulti perfectly placed though is... Oh, Mania is going to take the fall. The Necrolite ulti as well as Chen was there, and that powerful healing combo coming out of these Ukrainian boys up top kept them alive, and Chen especially coming in with those two creeps from the side. Then Mania and Mania and Miggle did not see that coming, and that ruined their kill on that Necrolite so much, and Poo-Boo not going to be too happy with that, but the Necrolite is certainly going to be happy with that as he's getting closer to that Vanguard of his. Only needs about 500 gold to pick that one up by the looks of it, and now he's going to get his level 9 for some extra base strength, and he's going to be very hard for the Danes to bring down actually. Sorry about that, wow. As Puck, however, will be a pretty good counter against him with that long duration silence. You couple that up with Shaker stun and CM holding him in place, and he should be a target for the Danes, as at the same time Milk is a target for the Ukrainians. He's died twice in a row now, I think. He's actually up to 1 and 4, so he's got 4 out of the 5 Danish deaths. And he's not going to be too happy about getting caught off all the time. He needs to be careful that he doesn't simply become fish food for the Ukrainians here. The Ukrainians love fish food, and Milk does not like to be fish food, so needs to be a little bit careful, not giving too many kills away to this very hungry Clockwork of Dendy's down here, who's actually pretty much raped by Playmate right now. And unless if Milk gives that many kills to Clockwork, Clockwork is going to have a hard game. And yep, going to be careful about that, but Milk might choose to take it the other way around. There's no mana left on Clockwork. This is going to give him an opening. Playmate is going to run in. The Frostbite perfectly placed there on the Clockwork, and now Clockwork is actually going to cock himself with Weaver. Not what he was looking to do. And say bye-bye to Dendy as there's a killing spree up on Playmate's Nerubian Weaver right now, sitting on a lot of gold. Question is which one on the Sentinel side will actually choose to get the Radiance. That's going to be interesting to see. They've got 2 Radiance heroes. Oh, there's an engage on Rise. A ulti, however, going to completely miss from Ahura. Going to throw him back there a little bit is Goblin, but it's not going to be enough. And now the fight is going to turn around. Miggle has shown up. There's the Spectral Dagger. It actually flukes as well, but it wasn't needed. Miggle got that kill with the Silence and Orb alone. And what the Ukrainians thought was a good engage there turned into a disaster as they actually lose a guy on their own engage and don't kill anyone. And now there's even a regen rune down on bottom for the Specky to pick up, use and give the bottle back to Miggle. Would like to use the final charges there, so there you go. Miggle, take your bottle, says Rise, and Miggle says thank you very much, I hope you enjoy your regen, and then he's going to go to the mid tower, which I actually think the Danes could push down in this with this next creep wave unless this big guy shows up. Look at Artstar, he's actually pretty farmed, level 9, treads almost mech, and looking hot. Burning for kills here as he wants to definitely kill a tower if no heroes. And we'll look to try to push this mid as we get... Oh, what a callback from Thrall. Perfectly takes Milk back into place. And say bye-bye to Milk once more, as Miggle couldn't really do anything to help him out there. Neither could Rise. The glimpse from Thrall, very well used from Goblin, and then the kinetic field perfectly placed. And not too much Milk could do about that one. Same time down on bottom, what his playmate bought, I think it's a Yasha, so he's going to go for that Manta Star, which I was actually going to talk about. I think they're going to let the Spectre have the Radiance, and then going for Manta Star and something else on that Weaver. Pressure on Rise, pressure on Rise. Oh, there's beautiful kiting coming out of Rise to dodge that Centaur clap, and the ultimate from Miggle helped the other guys a little bit in place to save Rise's life there. They really want to bring down the Spectre, and of course they do, because he's the biggest threat for them late game. To this Necrolite. At the same time, they're not doing much about the Weaver, and that could worry the Ukrainians a little bit, that there's nothing coming out on the Weaver. Spectre's going to get glimpsed, and kinetic field it. Rise, this time you're not going to get out of it. What a test of faith, that dealt a lot of damage, but they're going to try to get a turnaround with Miggle and Weaver from Pusher, from Playmate. Playmate finally shows up on another lane than bottom, even though he's actually got 3 kills on his own lane, but now he's going to show up in the middle, almost got Thrall, but now he's going to be in trouble, or is he? Oh, the ultimate has come off, he's used time-lapse and he's going to run away. Miggle is in there, he's going to get both of them to so low HP, but he can't finish them off. Now the rocket is there, a lot of damage, and the test of faith finally takes him down. Mega kill Artstyle Chen, who has Mechanism as well as 1,000 gold now, and that Chen is really rolling right now. I think he's got 500, yep, he does indeed. No assists, he's taking all the kills. We've got a save call coming out of Orange, and I'm going to pull that one off right now. And the Ukrainians even got a tier 2 tower up top meanwhile. While that was happening, Necrolite was not even in the fight, and the Ukrainians are doing very, very well right now at executing their strategy. Getting around on the map, got those 2 towers, and we'll probably try to push for some more now as this Necrolite is getting very, very heavy and hefty and hard to kill, and a lot of H words that I can't come up with any more of. But they will definitely try to put pressure now while defending their own towers. The Ukrainians successfully defended all their towers so far at 15 minutes. Bottom one is taking a little bit of damage now, but in comes the TP when you call for it. Immediately Khvost is down here to farm up that wave, and yep, he is certainly getting fat on this Necrolite Vanguard, and 2,000 gold at 15 minutes. I bet he's sitting on about 100 CS. Yep, 97. We've got 90 on Playmate as well, so he's not far behind. 56 on Rise, and that is more than the Ukrainian secondary hero has, so a lot of farm coming out on Necrolite, but he's actually the only one for the Ukrainians who's getting a decent amount of farm. The other guys aren't getting too much. Oh, is it going to be the time now for the Danish boys to get that kill? Finally, on the Necrolite, looks like it, but the Fisher from Mania is blocking off Weaver a little bit, but he is going to come around. But in comes Dandy with that clockwork, and the heal from Chen as well is going to keep Necrolite alive for a long time. What damage! But oh, the glimpse is just too late from Thrall, and King A, Playmate, does bring down Khvost, and now he's going to be able to run off to the side and survive this, and all the while, Rise is free farming that top lane with Spectre, so pretty good trade coming out for Denmark, and Puck as well farming that mid lane, probably having a pretty hard time actually. Needs 20 shots for each of these creeps that Artstyle has racked up, persuaded to join his cause. Yes, Clockwork got level 11 now as well. It's got the gold for Vanguard, so Denny made a nice comeback in this game by making a couple of kills here. Even though he's only sitting on 44 CS, he's still becoming a bigger and bigger tank now, and that's going to be a problem for Denmark until they get their big items up. And now the engage is coming mid. They want the Chen. They know he's worth so much gold, but are they going to pay for it? The puck is actually very low. Down goes Chen. It's a lot of gold down Playmate's pocket. Puck just survived that AA ulti, and now Chen's creeps are going to pay as well. They're going to lose those 2 creeps, and wow, is this Weaver going to get fat now? I wonder what he's actually going to use this chainmail for. Interesting item choice coming out of Playmate. Might actually be a mispurchase, but we'll see. I'm not really sure what he was going to use that one for right now. Maybe he's building the old phase boots as well. But regardless, they're going to be pushing the middle tower now. It's Denmark. Going to try to put some pressure and maybe even try to reach the tier 2. They can't really reach the tier 2, but they can definitely get the first one. Question is, they're going to come a sneaky deny out of Goblin or out of Ahura. Goblin, oh, no. Sentinel got that just on the edge. And Denmark are going to get a lot of gold out of that, while Puck is free farming bottom, trying to get up his Blink Dagger, his Miggle, and will be good timing for him. He's going to get it about the time he reaches level 11 for that level 2 Dream Coil. And that is just what he needs to actually... He won't need many more items in this game. He knows he has big carries on his side, so if he can just engage the fights and set them up for them, he doesn't actually need that Ginzu. Of course it will come in handy, but it's not that necessary. Other heroes on the team will get a lot of items as well, definitely. When you look at the farm, Rise and Weaver is getting... Oh, and when I talk about that chainmail, of course it's for the medallion. Sorry guys for being so stupid. That's what he wanted the chainmail for. The Medallion of Courage is up on Playmate, and he is going to be dealing a lot of damage with that one. Yasha and Medallion is going to be very fat, and Miguel is going to make an engage on Clockwork. Finds him, caught him with the snare there. He's going to blink in and lock him in place as well with the Fissure from the side from Mania perfectly placed, and there he goes. But we're going to have a response coming out of Ahura's AA is a kill on Miguel. I'm not sure if there's going to be anything more in this, and doesn't look like it. Chavos does not have the mana to actually pursue anyone, and that's going to be it for now. But Spectre is free farming. And don't forget this, Ukraine. There's a Spectre free farming at the side, and it doesn't look like they're doing anything to counter him. So at some point, Rise is going to come out with a big inventory, and they're going to regret that they haven't either tried to push or kill this guy over the last 10 minutes, because he's actually getting a lot of free farm, and Rise is just going to be happy to take all of that and become a very big hero in this game. In mid, Nerubian Weaver is just pissing off Artstar by killing his creeps, and then he's going to go away laughing. Playmate has finished off his treads as well. He's got treads, Yasha, Vanguard, and Medallion at 20 minutes. That's actually pretty sick when you think about it. Those are a lot of big items, and he's going to try to capitalize on it by just going around and annoying Artstar's Chen the best he can. He's found him again. Artstar seems like he's not paying too much attention, and he needs to take care now. He's actually forced to use a TP and get out of there. So now Playmate's just going to try to kill his creeps instead, and he will indeed kill the creep in the camp. So Playmate doing a good job right now at locking down Artstar, knowing that Spectre is getting the farm he needs. But now the Ukrainians are doing what I talked about. Now they're going to go for that pushing fight engage. They've got Medallion on the AA as well, actually, so Medallion has come up on Ukraine. They're going to TP Necrolite into middle, though, to defend that, so I guess that's the end of that push. They're going to try to get a gang instead with the smoke. Clockwork does have lead HP, so he's going to be a very, very cool guy. And he's going to go in on the puck. He knows he's used the orb. Oh, is he? No. Okay. Not going to go in on the puck, so the puck is going to go into him. But it's going to happen just when the Ukrainians have actually left the woods, so and then Miguel even regrets. So these guys can really not make up their minds. But we are going to see a push mid though now from Ukraine. Question is if Miguel can be there on time. He doesn't have a TP on the puck. It is probably going to be a lost cause for Denmark to defend this tier 1. But Spectre is just, look at this. He's holding the lane perfectly. This is a very, very good textbook example of just how to hold the lane and exploit the fact that you've lost your towers. Rise is far down his own half of the map, just free farming at his own tier 3 tower, just without letting the creeps reach it. And the Ukrainians find it hard to do anything about it. So they're going to go to other means. They're going to try to push other lanes instead. and is currently just pushing mid. But now the swarm is going to fly over them, and they'll have to fight this swarm off first before they can actually push. And that means there's going to be time for Miguel to show up with his puck. There's going to lose a Chen creep here. The next Chen creep is going to be falling in not too long. And Shaker's there as well. Fischer drops off. Are they going to do anything about it? CM Frost Nova. We have fired the glyph from Denmark. There's another orb from Puck. They're actually defending quite nicely with these spells they've got, Denmark. And will successfully hold the tier 2 tower for now. Rise sitting on 3,000 gold. And now the Ukrainians are going to get that tier 2 mid tower. Going to send the Necrolite in for that together with his friends. Almost denied by Playmate, but didn't work out completely. And now the Ukrainians are not doing anything to hide that they're going Roshan. Question is if MYM slash Denmark rather can actually take this fight. Of course, shouldn't call them MYM. We've got 3 MYMs and 2 shifts. On Ukraine, we've got 5 Na'vi, so it makes a little bit more sense to actually call them Na'vi, as we've got a Ginsu up on Necrolite. Chovost is really getting fat in this. Whew, that is a big farm coming out of that Necrolite. He's sitting on 150 CS, so that kind of explains it. A very, very big farm at 23 minutes. And Rise sitting on 115. Miguel sitting, Playmate sitting on 105. And Miguel sitting on 66. So still a better farm on the Danish side overall, but a huge farm on Necrolite on the Scourge side. But as said, it's not going to be enough. That Ginsu does look fearsome, but compared to the general farm the Danes are getting, this is not a battle Ukraine are winning. They are, however, winning the Roshan battle, unless, alright, they're going to get detected, so maybe they're not going to get Roshan this time around. The Beatles will have to be fought off by the heroes. Mechanism fires off by Artstar, and now, Playmate needs to be careful about that Ginsu on Chovost, and will just retreat from that as the Glimpse. The Glimpse is on Playmate, and he's going to wisely use his ultimate there, but he is still caught in it. He's going to get ultied, he's going to get raped. That's a lot of gold down the pocket of Chovost, as if he didn't have enough gold already. He's going to end a mega kill from Playmate, who was way too far in there, and that's going to cost them the Roshan, a kill on Playmate. But at the same time, Rise has actually decided to start pushing the top lane, and could reach the tower pretty soon, and perhaps get some pressure on that. But wisely, Na'vi are going to send Clockwork Goblin up to defend that top lane, so the 4 other guys can do Roshan, and the tower will not take a single damage point. Well, the Roshan is definitely going to fall here, and that Vost is so fat, almost like your mother, and he's going to take that Aegis as well, and whew, that is pretty fucking fat. He's going to get a plate mail as well, and I'm going to drop a save as well. Good call from Orange, as he's got a plate mail together with that cloak. So he's got magic resistance, physical resistance, pretty good HP, Aegis, Vanguard. What more do you want? This is the point when the Ukrainians have to realize that this is going to be the biggest shot at ending the game actually right now. As I said, about 25 minutes. This is going to be the time that they are strongest. They need to use this fat Necrolite with the Aegis to actually make the fight happen before the Danes get too fat on Spectre and the Nerubian Weaver. They might choose to wait for the Shiver's Guard on Chovost, but that's going to be the last thing they should wait for. Then they should really make the go. Waiting too long is actually not going to give them anything compared to what the Danes are getting. See, Spectre's going to have Radiance and 800 gold. And maybe it would actually be the perfect time for the Ukrainians to go just before Spectre gets that, as it is a turning point for the Danes to get that Radiance up on the Specky. Nerubian Weaver's farming top. And now the Ukrainians are indeed heeding my call and all going bottom. They've even got a gem on Thrall to actually clear out map vision from the Danish side. The Danes are going to give away this tier 2 tower, knowing that they have absolutely no chance of defending this one. The question is at the base tower, how well they can actually defend, as I think the Ukrainians are going to go all in for it. Specky will have his Radiance ready though. He needs 100 gold, and he can get it before the Ukrainians reach the base. If he quickly takes out this wave, TP's home, and buys the recipe, he can be ready for the fight and have that Radiance up. And I think he's going to get the creep and then immediately leave to defend his base. And there it's going to be the Ukrainians are already pushing, and Rise needs to get back. He is indeed TPing. The Weaver is not TPing yet, though. He's waiting as long as possible on that Nerubian Weaver, but long as possible has ended now. Weaver has shown up. The Haunt has come off. The Radiance Haunt is already going. Beetles on top of everyone. Nice engage from Miggle. Is going to catch 2 guys in that Dream Coil. Rise is in the mix. But where are the other guys? They're not there yet. There's a Fisher coming off from Mania. He doesn't have the Blink Dagger just yet on that Earthshaker, I think. No, he doesn't. Oh, and Rise is going to take the fall. The Spectre has died. Navi 818, but Mania! Whoa, what? He ran in and ultied, and then he got glimpsed, I think, by the Thrall, because else that made absolutely no sense. So he's going to get that one off, and Dendy is going to get chased away by the Puck now. So this was pretty good for Ukraine. They're going to get the base tower. Question is if they can get the racks on it as well. The Glyph is fired off for Denmark. The heroes on the Ukraine side are actually pretty low HP, but the Necrolite is going to heal them all up to full with that Aegis. He's got full mana, and of course he's got the Ginsu regen as well, so that is going to be enough for them to actually push this one through. But I don't think they can get the racks. Miggle is already there, so is the Weaver. Actually, this is a perfectly placed Fisher. Chvost is in big trouble. The other guys are separated from him, but Miggle is going to run in completely aggressively, then get hexed and killed immediately, and now they're going to lose one guy. They might actually lose 2 as Playmate is going to get TP'd back, and of course that's what the gem was for, not only the map vision. I don't know what I was thinking about, as they're going to get Playmate as well with that gem. Chvost, double kill on Necrolite, massive farm, and now he's going to have the gold for Shiva's Guard as well as get these bottom racks. There's no way Rise can actually hold this one off with his Spectre, even though he's going to do whatever he can. Alright, that's 2 buybacks from Denmark. Actually, this is huge for Denmark. Perfect rebuys coming out just as I've called that the racks are gone. They're definitely going to get 1. The question is if they're going to get 2 or 3 as well. They're going to pursue them whatever they can now. They're going to go for that Chen and for that Necrolite. The Beetles are on the back of them. The Spectral Dagger has already hit both of them, but the turnaround coming out of Ukraine, immediately getting rid of Playmate with that massive damage output they've got, and they're going to get Puck as well. Who would have thought they could turn this one around? That Necrolite is just healing up everybody, and the Ginsu is messing up the Danes' fights. And what a play from Ukraine, getting all those kills, and still not getting the Rex though, but looks like they will eventually get them with these 2 heroes. If they won't just get the Crystal Maiden, they're definitely getting the CM. They're going to leave her to die to the lightning, as Artstyle is retreating, but he's not going to survive this time around, I think, unless the Glimpse is ready. No, Rise is going to get that kill. There's the Glimpse, too late, and now Rise might actually even have a crack at Necrolite. If he thinks he can do it, can he do it? Oh, he's going to get caught in the kinetic field. Rise takes a lot of damage. Can he get out of there? No, he can't. The Urn and the hits from Chvost and Goblin are enough. AA ulti is going to fly down, but it wasn't needed. Rise is already dead, and now Mania is going to make his way out to the lane to try to hold this Rax on his own. He's going to get the help of Puck now, but Necrolite is indeed out of mana now, so that is the last mana he's got, and there goes the Rax, perfectly timed. It is probably going to cost Necrolite his life now, though, as he is caught by Miggle's Dream Coil, but he'll gladly die to get these Racks, as now the Beetle's on top of Necrolite. He's not going to survive that. Nice Fisher from Mania finishes off Goblin. What is Playmate doing? He's running around doing absolutely nothing, but I think Miggle has got this one bagged. Yep, he does indeed. There is Necrolite dying to the silence of Puck. So they did lose 1 Rax, and well, it did come at a price for the Ukrainians losing that Necrolite, but damn, he got filthy rich from that. He's got 4,000 gold. Should be enough to buy the Shiva's Guard, seeing he's already got the plate mail, and well, with the next Roshan, if they get another Roshan on the Ukrainians, they're going to push for another side of Rax probably, with Necrolite being even harder to kill for the Danes. But what a fight this is turning out to be, as Mania has finally got his Blink Dagger. I think this is one of the latest Blink Daggers I've ever seen Mania getting. At 30 minutes he got his Blink. Mania always gets it at 20 to 25, but this game he has been pretty much counted in terms of farm. He hasn't got much space. He's got 28 CS at 30 minutes. He's used to getting a bit more. He's still got 3 to 210 score. So he's got a very good score on the Shaker, but it's just not enough if you don't get a little bit of farm to add up with it, or Roshan or something of that sort, or some more towers. Actually, that is probably the biggest problem for Mania's Shaker. The Danes have only taken 1 tower, and that is the gold he needs. He needs the gold from those towers to get that fast blink, but the Ukrainians have successfully defended their outer towers and done a brilliant job at that. And now the final challenge, the final test for the Ukrainians is going to come, and that is to take another side of Rax, because this is far from over. They need to do it again. They need to pull it off once more to actually win this game, as now Denmark, actually quite surprisingly, are not trying to defend this one up. They're actually trying to look for kills. CM is going to find Clock. She's going to act afraid as her team now comes in to help. They're going to go for the Clockwork. They're going to take an AA ulti on top of them, but that's going to be it, as now Dreamcall is going to catch those two if he has it ready on Miguel. Doesn't look like he actually does, but the Clockwork is definitely going to take the fall from this, as Rise gets him just before the Test of Faith sends him home. So Rise is going to get that one kill, and they're going to put up a ward here, keep Playmate safe. Playmate actually took the gem from them, and now the Puck is actually chasing. Is there a Dream? No, he did use the Dream Call, so that's not available. But Weaver is chasing. Weaver is pursuing Artstar. This could be huge. This could also be terrible, but it looks like it's going to be huge. They're going to go for a Goblin instead. Goblin's going to get healed a lot by the Chen, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to pursue them down. Down goes Goblin. They're going to get Artstar now as well. Is Denmark, and there's no trade actually going to be paid for it. I think Playmate will survive this. Yes, he will indeed. He did have his ultimate, and now they're going to go for Calder as well. They're going to go for that Ancient Apparition with the Puck there as well, and they're going to chase it through. Playmate is there. He's going to take a lot of damage from the AA ulti, but it's going to be able to survive it by Shukuchiing out and leaving Miguel as well as the show-upping Mania with that Fisher to finish him off. 4 kills for Denmark out of nothing, and that one smoke certainly turned out to pay off well, as Necrolite was never in that fight, and that's what Denmark were hoping for, to catch the other heroes off guard while Necrolite wasn't there. And then we just saw how big a burden it is for the Ukrainians to play without the Necrolite at their side. They simply can't handle it, and that is why they just lost 4 heroes. So a big responsibility on Gevost, and look at Rise suddenly having 2,800 gold here on his Spectre, and I should definitely pull off a save in just a second. I will actually do it now, as Denmark got those 4 kills, and Rise will be sitting on a Diffusal Blade in just 1 second if that's what he goes for. It probably is. Don't think he really needs the heart that much as the damage right now, as the damage output of the Scourge side, it is high, but it's not heart high yet, and I think the Diffusal Blade will be a very good choice, but we'll see what Rise thinks. So far so good, saving the gold up. Might actually still be making up his mind about it, since he can't finish either of the items just yet. Might just as well save the gold until then. Let's see if the Crow gets to move to the secret shop. If it does, it's going to mean Messerschmitt. If it doesn't, it's probably going to mean Diffusal. And if it... oh, a lot of gems. Denmark certainly saving some gems up in the base. Playmate dropped his gem, not really sure why though, because he's actually the only one the gem actually really counters. I guess he wanted that extra Wraithband space, so considered that more useful than the gem. I'm not sure if that is the right decision, but that's what he did. And Rise is indeed getting the Diffusal Blade in 20 gold, and that is going to be a huge boost to MY Denmark damage output here. When he gets that Diffusal Blade, of course, all the Haunt images will deal that purge damage. And you see Ukraine, they know what they're up against. They know that time is ticking. This is the time to go. And I dare say if the Ukrainians do not get anything in the base right now, they're going to lose this game. This is it. This is their chance to win this game by going in right now. If they pull this off, they're going to win the game. If they lose it, they're going to lose the game. This is the one decisive fight. Denmark against Ukraine. Shaker is in position, Puck is in position, the pipe has already fired off, I think, unless I saw wrong there. I probably saw wrong as they don't have one. But Ukraine are slowly but steadily pushing this with the Necrolite, and Denmark are just waiting to get the opportunity, but Ukraine are playing it the right way, keeping Necrolite in front and taking a lot of damage on that tower. Now the Chen heal is going to come off, healing his allies to full health as well as his creeps. The question is if Ukraine can go any further. Spectre is down on bottom defending that lane. Necrolite pushing the middle lane. He's going to get frosted. Nothing more is going to come out. When are they going to make the move on Denmark's side? Alright, Playmate has indeed picked up the gem this time and dropped the Wraithband. And well, I'm not sure how much that gem is going to do in this fight now though, but in general as a ward cleaner, it should be very, very useful for Denmark to have this gem with them around to get vision of the wards. And now you see Ukrainians are going to retreat. They're going to go for Roshan, but they're also going to turn around and try to trick Denmark. But Denmark know what's going on. They're going to lose CM probably for it, but they've got a good position on the Weaver, who's already opening on the Chen. We've got Mania ultimate on 2 or 3 heroes. We've already lost one of the Ukrainians. We're actually losing a lot of Danes as well. A lot of damage has come out from both sides. Spectre currently in a fist fight with Necrolite that she decides she doesn't want to take. She'd much rather let Playmate take it and let Playmate run around for the other targets, but Playmate needs to be careful that he doesn't get the one become the target. We've got a 1-for-1 change, and now Shaker blinks in with a Fissure. Not sure if that was what Mania should have done there, but he did do it, and maybe it was what he should have done. Spectre is on the Chen now. Chen is going to take the fall, so is Mania. It's going to be a 1-for-1 exchange, but now Playmate gets a lot of free space on this Nerubian Weaver, gets a lot of damage out. The Hex is on him, the Necrolite heal, ulti perfectly timed by Chavost. Rise is going to get that kill and run over the top. Can he escape this? Rise! 1 HP! No! He's going to run into the Necrolite aura and is indeed going to get killed on this, as we have Playmate rebuying on that Nerubian Weaver, and probably not going to be able to pull anything off with this rebuy. But Denmark successfully holding their mid lane while losing the bottom range Drax, so not sure if that was a really good fight for them or not, but at least stayed in the game. And actually, since the Ukrainians didn't lose that fight, this game is still open to both sides. It turned out to be a 4-for-3 fight for the Ukrainians, and I said if one side won, they won the game, but neither side really won it. So this could still go both ways. And yep, that is indeed some gold on Necro. He's got 6,000 gold on that Necrolite. I'm wondering what he's actually going to pick up. If he's going to be corny enough to sell that TP scroll, get a Divine Rapier, and then get the Aegis, and perhaps become a right-clicker. So that's actually what they're missing right now on the Scourge side, is some physical damage. The magical damage itself is not going to be enough if the Denmark side just get fat enough, especially if they get up a pipe. I'm surprised they haven't gone for a pipe on any of their heroes. Looks like they're just going to go for a Planeswalker's Cloak each, but the pipe would be very, very useful. Currently, Milk is going for a Mechanism instead, but there is indeed going to be a Roshan for the Ukrainians. I don't think Denmark can defend against this, can prevent it in any way. And with this, I think we're going to see Ukraine trying to push through. But then what has he bought? He has bought a Heart of Tarask recipe. We're going to see a Heart coming out on Necrolite. Also a very, very powerful choice, of course, making him even harder to kill. The question is if he should then get the Aegis now or not, because of course it's brilliant for him to have 2 lives, but the 1 life he has is actually going to be hard enough for the Danish squad to bring down, so that it might be better to give the Aegis to some sort of utility hero who can pull off a lot of stuff to help out Necrolite with his 1 life if he does get killed first. But Necrolite does indeed take that, so he's going to get that together with his Heart of Tarask, and wow, is he going to be hard for the Danes to kill now. That's going to be 40 strength and a big load of HP coming onto him. 3,300 HP is now on the back of Chavost at 38 minutes. This Necrolite is unreally fat. He's got 260 CS. Highest on Denmark is 214 on Spectre and a 175 on Weaver. But Weaver has almost the same items as 20 minutes ago because he simply has to rebuy so many times. Actually, a couple of the rebuys have been wastes, and I think Playmate needs to really consider when to rebuy or not, because it seems like he's throwing away big items to rebuy for courses that are not relevant enough. We're going to see Necrolite just pushing in right now, and it could probably well be the best decision to actually give him the Aegis, because that means he can just do this. He's going to just stand there and hit the racks, and Denmark will do whatever they can now to get out and actually pick off his team. They're going for all the other heroes as they should. They're going to go in, or are they? Necrolite is already on top of Miggle. Miggle is going to try to blink, and he will do so successfully. Nice escape coming out of him. Spectre is out there fighting the others. Who's going to get TP'd? Chavost. Actually, no, sorry, not Chavost. Ahura is already getting chased down by Spec. He's going to die to him now. Rise got that kill. They're going to go for the next one. It's Chen. They're going to get Chen as well. Where is Necrolite? Necrolite is... Where's Necrolite? He's in base. Chen TP'd Necrolite to base. What? If that wasn't a misclick coming out of Artstyle, I have lost my complete knowledge of what they were trying to pull off in that fight, because they TP'd that biggest, most important hero back to base there and actually stayed a couple of heroes around. And that was just what Denmark actually needed to win that fight 2-0. And now they're going to cap it off by probably pushing that tier 2 middle tower if they can succeed on doing that. Playmate got a lot of gold in that exchange. Rise got a lot of gold. He's up to 2,400 on that Spectre now. And if Spectre gets another big item, he's going to be Beast and very hard to handle. He's at the same time, though, he could become Victim instead of Beast. Looks like he will. Necrolite completely ripping him. And the AA ulti isn't even needed. Rise was too far ahead there and got ripped, and now Milk is also going to get ripped, even though that failed for them. He's still going to die. There's no way out of this one for Milk. Forstaff as well as Django has fired off. and say bye-bye to Milk. Mega kill on Khubos. He's getting so ridiculously fat, and they're going to exploit this chance to actually push mid for Rax, I think. Rise, however, can rebuy on that Spectre, and I think he will do so as well. If he doesn't, they're going to lose another side of Rax, so has to rebuy the Spec. But he's going to drag it as long as possible to try to trick the Ukrainians into thinking they actually have a chance, and rebuying in the last moment to pull off that haunt when the Ukrainians have already gone a little bit too aggressive. And there it is. Perhaps a little bit early coming out of him, but he is indeed going to rebuy. The Glyph has fired off. They have to fight it now. They need a big Shaker ulti for this upcoming fight. The Swarm is on the back of 2 heroes, 3 heroes actually, I think. Just 2 heroes. Necrolite, one of them. Necrolite is going to retreat. Denmark have already used their pipe, so they have got a pipe now up on Puck, and that has been used. Haunt is fired off. They're not going to get anything from it. This is perfect play coming out of Ukraine. They're just sending Necrolite in front and keeping everyone at the back. Spectre is actually in there alone. Rise is in alone against 5. He's going to get killed. Playmate is dying there as well. Okay, he wasn't alone. Playmate was there too. And this should be the definite end of Denmark in this Prime Nations tournament. After taking the game number 1 so determinedly, they lost the next 2 to Ukraine. First of all, to a Pudge with Wisp and a Silencer and a lot of stuff. But Mania Fisher, Echo Slam, all the shit comes off. Imagine, just imagine if his teammates were alive there, what that would have done. But now it's going to be all in vain. They're going to lose 2. They're going to heal everything up again with that Necrolite, and that is just all going to be in vain from Mania. What a blink engage though, but all the other guys were dead. So Denmark will lose now. The GG has been called from Playmate. Ukraine are going to advance in the MYM Nations Cup 3 to the losers bracket finals after beating Denmark 2-1. They're going to meet USA or Croatia, the winner of that fight, and it's going to be on the 13th of May, I believe that game is going to take place. So, yep, that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching. Yep, I'm Synderen shoutcasting for MYM TV. See you on the 13th for the next game in this series, and of course for the grand finals on 14th. You don't want to miss it, so make sure you write it in your calendars, and see you then.